first, the generation before us did a really great job in reaching out through television, radio and stuff on a quantity side, and the things changed through the last years because iPhones got better, cameras got better, content got more, Hollywood is not sleeping, and our audience, they have a sense for excellence, for quality.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Making a Masterpiece. And you know what? I'm just really very excited right now because today we are joined by Christian. And Christian is not only an amazing person, but he works in an industry where we are all fascinated. He's a film producer and he's done a lot of commercials and amazing stuff. So Christian, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Norbert. And hi all.
Yes, Christian, well, let's go directly into our topic today, from doing high-end commercials into purposeful filmmaking. Can you share to us what led to that pivotal moment in your career wherein you shifted, and how does that decision affected your life?
Yeah, thanks. That's a good question. And thank you, Norbert, for doing this here. I think that's also an answer to many questions for people who are trying to get work done that has an everlasting impact. So that was the question I had after doing film productions, like as a cameraman, as well as a producer or editor. So do you want the long or the short version?
We have time, so you can, as much as you can share, because I think that story is, again, was what you said, that's something that everybody sort of asks at some point in their life. And I mean, when you're a creative person as well, you actually arrive into the point wherein you just like had to decide. But what was it like for you?
Okay. So first, when I started getting into touch with film production as a cameraman and as well as a filmmaker, I was focusing on agencies or big companies to get into that production. So because my focus was on making good business by promoting their products, right? And then I got all the experience with doing high quality commercials. We made expensive car movies and stuff. And it's a great job. I mean, it's really, there are great people there. It's great experiences. You travel, to locations where it's very beautiful and stuff like that. But the point or the moment came where I realized, well, all the energy I put in this is only important for the next 3 to 5 to 6 months, maybe, because the commercial is, the next product is produced and the next coming out. So the next commercial is coming out. And then the Corona time hit us and there was nothing to produce for a few weeks. So I'm part of the Cologne City Church and we made these on-demand services. So we produced 3 days of shooting, 2 days editing, and then the Sundays we streamed it through YouTube. And we did that, of course, a lot of weeks until I gave up to the live production side, where it was all live and less work. And then I asked myself, okay, well, how do I fill the gap now? Because for me, it was so overwhelming. Like, it's another type of producing, another type of people, of course, as well. Thinking about what could be my next project then, combining quality and projects with Christian values,
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I realized that I could change my production from just visual stunning into changing and carry a message of hope. And this is where Testify was born.
Wow. And can you just quickly talk about what specifically Testify Films focus on?
Yeah. So the concept or the project Testify is about portraying people, about chronicle their way around the world, people who put their faith into practice, not only in the church or while pastoring people, but also they have another part of social action. So these stories are, I think, interesting, and people, if they believe or not, they can relate to people who make a difference in their own community or around the world. So we portray people, their lives and their work at the same time to get to know how the gospel works practically in the life of those people and how the gospel affects practically people around them.
Wow, that's so cool. I mean, from high-end car movies into people featured in real life, that's that's a huge jump. And as you said, I think what I love about your story is that you then realize that that the commercials, they have a campaign period. They last for 3 to 6 months and then poof, they're gone. But now you're really focused on just telling eternal stories that's impacting. And I think we will have to talk about that again later in the whole Testify film project, because I think it's very interesting for our listeners to know that and follow that. But before we go back into how people can really get involved and how people can interact with your content, I mean, you are a filmmaker and it is, I think, in your veins and your DNA to tell stories. And, I think storytelling is really part of our daily life without even us knowing about it. So my question would be, in terms of application, in terms of like a brand, a business, or a church, for example, or, we tell stories. Our faith is based on the greatest story ever told, right? So when storytelling is poorly executed and it lacks authenticity, it can really harm a brand's or an organization's image. What are some of the common mistakes you've seen organizations make in their storytelling?
So it's very important questions, I think, for every company. And since I'm a filmmaker and a producer, I get these insights from the side. But what I realized the last years when I working with big brands, they do it good or they are failing, because I think, like, to compare it with Apple, for example, I just recently heard that they put 90% of the resources to produce, to communicate, or to sell an iPhone. They put 90% into the marketing and 10% into the product. So, and I think companies or young companies, startups, for example, they don't have that knowledge. And I think it's very easy to think about, you could have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, no one is able to buy it, This is the one thing. Based on back to your question, I think how to start, I think businesses need to focus on, like you said, on authenticity. So audiences can sense when story aligns with real values or just marketing. So that's I think a core thing, and people are buying things or products if they align with their values,
That's really true. Hey, then the problem really stands if the company doesn't have values. Then there's nothing to align, and so it's just really marketing.
Yeah, and I think also, like, on my own experiences, I last 15 years I produced a lot of CEO statements. So you have this boss talking about this project or product, and it's great because you have a face to this product and not only a beautiful product website. But what I think is really relatable is if you have human experiences, that because they resonate more with the audience, because then you have the product user telling his experience with the product beside the one who's selling it,
Wow, that's so true, hey, because ultimately it's the human being that will benefit from any kind of product or service. Christian, when did you realize the power of storytelling? Was it something in your childhood that made you really interested in this aspect, or was it something that just popped up out of nowhere and then you just grab onto it? Like, how did that decision to pursue this industry and this medium of communication happen in your life?
Well, I like watching movies, and I also like watching featured documentaries, like stories from people, they succeed something or they build up something or they make a difference, and combined with excellence. This is like, I truly, really enjoy watching that. So, and that affects me as well. So if I see someone has a goal and is able to achieve it despite different obstacles, and it's made in a good way, it affects my lifestyle, my way of working. Or if I see a feature film and the little hero is getting with no chances at all, at the beginning of the film, but he wants to change the world,
That's true.
But you think, well, that's not possible because he had no resources, no team, no nothing. And at the end of the movie, he succeeded it, or he could do it. Good storytelling is all about soaking the audience in. And if that happens, lives can be changed, through storytelling. And that's why I like good storytelling. And but you need good people who can make good storytelling as well.
Wow, that's really true. Hey, I mean, I can imagine young Christian watching on the TV and just being fascinated by all these images and the elements. We just consume the movies. We do not understand the intensity of the work that comes behind it. The scripting, the production design, the lighting, and all these elements really contribute to a film. Why is it important for you to have that kind of quality, especially in the shift and the context of what you're doing? I mean, when we say high end, I think about luxury brands and cars and not documentaries. But what exactly does that mean? And why is it important?
Yeah, I think I have three things to say to that. So first, the generation before us did a really great job in reaching out through television, radio, and stuff on a quantity side, and the things changed through the last years because iPhones got better, cameras got better, content got more, Hollywood is not sleeping, and our audience, they have a sense for excellence, for quality. Also the next generation, quality is excellence is just like one of the things I think which should be focused on, right?
Yeah.
And that was missed. If you think about the Christian movies nowadays, most of them or a lot of them lack excellence. Excellence not only in storytelling, but more I think in the level of the production side, And this is why I don't want to watch it, just because I don't care about it, because is entertaining enough or the quality is not high enough to the other things I could watch, So this is one thing. And the second thing is I think it's a funnel, quality is a funnel to storytelling. So if I'm able to have a qualified, quality and qualified, it's, I think, the same to get the audience through the excellence funnel to listen to the story, then I'm able to tell any story.
That's good.
And sometimes we have it in Hollywood, they have quality, but they have no excellent story. So
but
you have
we
all
still,
these.
But we still watch it because it looks cool.
That's nice. I mean, it's entertaining, but that was it. So tomorrow, I even don't know what was the film about yesterday. If my wife asked me, so what did you see 3 hours long? I couldn't say it.
That's true.
But it was entertaining. The third point is why we want to have excellence in our film production is to reach also the secular audience. They probably don't watch Christian movies as well because of the lack of quality or the lack of storytelling. But if we can change that, we can also reach them by a good movie,
Yes, that's so true. I heard a news report, I think at the end of last year, that says they see a trend of faith-based content on the rise being in this coming years. I mean, that shows it has already started that, and other amazing, good quality Christian films are coming out. And I really think that I would agree to what you said, because for such a long time, I remember when I was a child or was as a teenager, I would normally cringe when I hear a Christian film is coming out because sometimes it's too cheesy or it just looks funny and it doesn't really reflect our real encounter of faith, because our faith is real and God is real, and we just, it's normal life. And I think that's why I really love guys what you do, because you really raise it high and invite the secular audience into that conversation as well. Well, I must say that's not an easy task, but well done to you. Now, can you talk about Testify Films? Because I know you guys already had a pilot episode and you shot it even in the Philippines. And we talked about high quality movies, and this is something that Kingdom Brands could really rally behind. And it's another platform wherein we can lobby to people, especially those who are even like resistant with the message of faith. So can you tell us the idea, the vision of Testify Films, and where are you guys at this point of the journey?
Yeah, thanks. Of course. So Testify the concept is to portray people around the world who put in their faith into practice in a very practical way. So every audience can understand what are they doing, why are they doing this, and parts of the gospel are in these stories, of course, naturally, because they are all Christians and trying to be the light in the darkness around the world where it's pretty needed. We are at the stage that we recently produced a pilot episode, a movie. It's 55 minutes long. So we have different parts of distribution, online distribution. Then we are offering church events for the whole year in 2025, and then we have some discussions now about distribution with small and big platforms. So this is where it goes, all with the goal to get resources for a series we want to make, a 6-part series with 6 different people, 6 different countries, 6 different life stories. This is a big thing to produce a movie like that, we needed nearly 1 year or 12 months to produce it, like from the start of, yes, we're doing it. So until where are the finances? Where's the team? And to get all this together and to push the button of production until the final edit was 12 months.
Wow.
And so we put a lot of money also in it. And now with all the trust we had, and now we are going to sell it, of course, to get the finances back. People who are not in the business can't imagine how expensive that kind of production is. So this is why we have to distribute it and sell it. Yeah, the next thing is to produce another 6 movies.
Wow.
And for that, we need, of course, the resources. And we will see what happens this year. But we have more or less the stories together for the series, and are now waiting for the next distribution strategy talks we have in the next few weeks or next few days.
That's very exciting, guys. Imagine a 6-part movie of different people who actually live their faith in real life. And this is the kind of movies that we will see with Testify Films. And just quickly, Christian, you said that there's a chance to buy a ticket to watch the film, the first episode, the pilot episode. How else can our people support you in this cause?
So, of course, you can follow us on Instagram to get updates, Testify Film, because things changing fast where you are able to see the film for one side, because if we're able to sell it or to put it on a platform, we have to take it down from our website, So, but that's the plan, of course. So more people are able to see it because our reach we have 300 followers. So that's something you could support. Like just follow us, or maybe you send it to your friends and family and to support us, because it's a community thing, right now to start something new. We are all professional filmmakers, and also like people from the strategy and marketing side, but everything helps with sharing this project to continue fast. We will continue, however, but that could be support. And you can go on our website as well. It's testify-film.com to get an overview. We are also offering an option to donate for the next episode. Don't feel free. Like, I think the reach is and finances are the things we need just right now.
Wow, that's so good, guys. That's really something we can rally behind, and I think it's such a good cause. Brands in the birthing stages, it's not easy, but then I think Kingdom Brands, we have the responsibility to also cheer stories like this, especially what the guys at Testify Films do. They are like changing the world one movie at a time. Introducing Masterpiece Kingdom Brands free brand assessment guide. Future proof your brand. In just 10 minutes, complete a quick and insightful assessment with 35 key questions designed to help you take an honest look at your brand and gauge its future resilience and adaptability. Discover valuable insights in 5 essential areas: brand digitalization, brand online presence, brand resilience, customer experience, and brand culture. Once you finish the assessment, we'll send you a report detailing your score so you can identify where your brand can truly grow. The best part is, this assessment is completely free. Don't fear the future. Take the step to transform your insights into action. Take our free Future-Proof Your Brand assessment guide and join other kingdom-minded leaders who are already using it to elevate their brands. Visit masterpiecebrand's.com/course/futureproof and start future-proofing your brand today. I hope all our audience listeners tuning in right now, just go to your Instagram account, follow them, check out their website, and if you have the capacity to organize a screening in your church or in your school, university, wherever you are in the world, please give them a message, shoot them an email. I'm sure we'll be able to do something about that. Christian, this is my last question about storytelling, because no doubt that storytelling really has a very, very important role in brands, in the sustainability of what we're doing, because that's how organizations live, passing on stories. But for small business owners listening today, the ones who will say that we don't have the resources for all these high-end productions that you're talking about, if you have, what are 3 simple storytelling tips that you can give them that they can implement right now to make their brand message more engaging and impactful?
I think it's like inviting friends to a movie night, It's the same with your business. So why should I go with you to the cinema today? You have to make an elevator pitch to tell why they should join you watching this movie. And the why is important. So is it entertaining? Is it an informational thing, or is it life-changing? It could be an answer for your why. Your friend should follow you into the cinema, and the same is, I think, for the audience and your business. Real customers, real stories. I think we are in a world of a lot of fake stuff, or things that are not real, or scripted. So if you have stories, you can record it with your mobile phone or just write it down on an instant channel. So real stories, or real customers, to show how your product or your service makes a difference. And of course, keep it simple and consistent. I think both is important. We have not much time on our daily life to see new things, and so it should be simple. Everybody should understand it very clearly and very quickly. And you should be consistent in uploading or communicating, because you may get lost with one big story in all these stories or all these content that is uploaded. So consistency and simplicity is, I think, one of the big keys in communicating.
Wow, thank you. That's really true, hey? Well, I just want to reiterate what you said, that firstly, we have to identify the why, and that's really core. There's no way around it. There's no shortcut around it. And then you feature real stories and real people, capture those stories, whether it's on a mobile phone or an Instagram post or whatever it is that you already have. And then, that's what you said, the simple and consistent storytelling. That's also very, very important. Wow. Thank you so much, Christian. Thank you very much. Do you have any last words for our listeners?
I mean, just the thing is, I think we can do such a lot of things. We have too many options, too many people to meet and greet and think about, too many things to do, but focus on one thing. The day tomorrow has its own stuff. So day by day. And then you have these days of winning and days of losing. Get over these days of losing until you're on the day of winning. Keep that in mind, that the day of losing is just a normal part of the road.
Wow. That's amazing. Wow. That's so good. Masterpiece makers, what a treat. Hey, thank you, Christian. We appreciate your work. We're praying and believing and standing by what you guys are advocating and championing the stories of our faith in the lives of people. Thank you so much for being on the show. And again, Masterpiece makers, thank you for joining us for this episode. And I hope you found value. And as what I always say, it's again an honor and a privilege to be with you, because here on Making a Masterpiece, we make sure we build your faith and inspire your business. Thank you so much. Until next time, have a great day.